The Innovators Network.
Welcome to the Killer Innovation Show, the longest continuously produced podcast in history. Each week, Phil McKinney brings you the insights and strategies to amplify your creativity and innovation skills. Here's your host, Phil McKinney.
Welcome to this week's show. A couple weeks ago, I celebrated yet another birthday. And it's always at these times when I think about the fact that at my age, I have more years behind me than I have in front of me, that I start thinking about legacy. What do I leave behind as my legacy? I have my kids, I have my grandkids, I have this podcast that I've been doing now for 18 years. But what's the legacy? What do you leave behind? And what can I do at this stage of my life to impact what's going to happen, maybe even after I'm gone? What does that look like? And so in today's show, we're going to take a look at what I call future literacy. Future literacy is about thinking about the future, being aware of those things that are going to impact the future, and identifying in those areas that you can influence those changes and those impacts. So therefore, you can change the future. You can have an influence. You can have a legacy by what you do and the decisions you make, but you need to be smart about it. And that is what I mean by future literacy. And that is what we're going to talk about in today's main segment. But before we hop into this week's episode, I have that favor to ask: follow, like, and share. Follow us on social media, subscribe to the show, follow the show so that you get updated each and every time a new episode comes out. Like the show, give us a thumbs up, give us a comment, post a comment, whether it's on the social media channels or over in the show notes over at killerinnovations.com. Also, don't forget the shows, all of my content, all of my writings, all of my articles now aggregate and are available over at theinnovators.network. Theinnovators.network. And you can get all of our shows, my show. We have new podcasts that are constantly coming on from new people wanting to contribute to the conversation around innovation. So hop on over to do that. And then share. Share the show, share your thoughts, let others know about the show or about any piece of the content that you found compelling and interesting. And with that, let's hop in to this week's episode.
This episode is sponsored by Zoom. With Zoom, you can streamline your communication, collaboration, and creativity all in one place. Zoom is the market-leading platform that provides video meetings, voice, webinars, and chat across desktops, phones, tablets, and conference room systems. To learn more about Zoom and sign up for your free account, visit killerinnovations.com/Zoom.
What is future literacy? Future literacy is the ability to look at the world and understand how it will change in the future. This can be a valuable skill that historically has not been on most people's radar screen. Most people don't think about the future much. We focus on the present. And when we do think about the future, it is usually in terms of wishing what it will be. However, if we want to be ready for the future and take advantage of its opportunities, we need to start with our future literacy. Future literacy is about imagining the world 25, 50, or even 100 years from now, and then looking backcasting to today, and making decisions accordingly. It's not about predicting the future, but understanding the trends and influencers that will shape it. So what changes should we watch? Face it, the world is constantly changing. New technologies, economic shifts, social movements are just a few of the things that can cause a dramatic change. By paying attention to them, we can get a glimpse into the future and start planning for what's to come. Some areas that are worth researching include technology, Well, what new technologies are on the horizon? How will they change the world around us? We are seeing new technologies emerging all the time, impacting our lives. For example, the internet has completely transformed how we play, how we live, how we work, and has made it possible for us to connect with people worldwide, giving us access to information we would never have before. New technologies are also changing the way we interact with each other. Social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter are giving us new ways to communicate and connect with others. We are also seeing new technologies that are changing the way we live our lives, such as driverless cars and robots. As these technologies continue to develop, they will have an increasingly large impact on our lives. It is important to stay up to date with the latest developments to understand how they will affect the world around you. Next, what about social change? What social changes are happening now that will impact the future? It is essential to be aware of social changes that are happening so that you can adapt to them. For example, the rise of the gig economy and automation. The gig economy is a new way of working that is becoming increasingly popular. People are increasingly choosing to work freelance or on a contract basis instead of full-time employment. What does that mean for the future? What does it mean for the future of work? How about the rise of automation? With advances in artificial intelligence and robotics, we are seeing more and more jobs being replaced by machines. And this is having a growing impact on the way we will work in the future. And what about economic change? What economic changes are happening now that will impact the future? Economic changes will have a significant impact. For example, the rise of nationalism and protectionism is already impacting the global economy. As countries and regions close their borders to immigration and limit trade, the global economy is becoming increasingly fragmented. This will negatively impact the global economy in the future, as it will slow economic growth and lead to more conflict. And let's not leave out environmental change. So, what environmental changes are happening now that will impact the future? For example, climate change is already having a major impact on the environment and is expected to cause even more damage in the future. Other environmental changes including biodiversity loss, air pollution, and water shortages. These issues will have a significant impact on the environment, and it will impact everything we do. Now, we can track these things, but it's important to take action. It's important to be proactive about the future and not be a passive participant in it. We need to take action now to make sure that we not only adapt to the changes happening, but also decide to influence the future we will leave behind. If we don't, we risk letting the future be dictated to us. One way that we can take action is by improving our future literacy. This means staying up to date with the latest developments in technology and social change and economic change and in the other areas of influence that's going to impact our future. By understanding these changes, we can ensure that we are prepared for that future. Another way we can take action is by ensuring that we are involved in shaping the future, a role that is made for innovators like you and I. We can do this by voting, campaigning, and speaking out about the issues that matter to us. We need to make our voices heard so that we can shape this future. The future is happening now, and we must ensure that we are prepared for it. And by taking action now, we can ensure that we have a bright future to look forward to. Step one is to improve your literacy, your future literacy. The benefits of improving future literacy, there are many, but let's just talk about a few of them. One, it can help you make better decisions today. Making decisions today is critical to shaping our collective future. By thinking ahead and considering the possible implications of our decisions, we can make choices today that will more likely lead to a desirable income. Future literacy can help you make better decisions by enabling you to understand, think critically about, and respond to future challenges and future opportunities. Number 2, it can help you identify potential opportunities and challenges that may arise in the future. Future literacy also enables you to identify that potential futures and look for and identify and find those early hints of both risks and opportunities. This information can be helpful when making important decisions such as what career you should pursue or what products to buy. When you make a better understanding of the potential consequences of your actions, you are more likely to make informed decisions today that will benefit you in the long run. And number 3, it can help you develop a more global perspective. When you have a better understanding of the consequences of your actions, you can make informed decisions that consider the needs of people from all corners of the world. This expanded perspective better equips you to understand the trade-offs of each decision and its effect on people from all over the world. Number 4, it can equip you to communicate better about future-related topics. Having a sound foundation in future literacy can help you communicate more effectively when discussing future-related topics. You better understand the concepts being discussed and can ask questions that will help you clarify any uncertainties. And by having a solid understanding of future-related topics, you can share your knowledge and expertise with others and help educate them about the potential implications of the decisions being made. Number 5, improving collaboration with others to create better future solutions. When you think about the future and understand the implications of decisions made today, you're in a better position to collaborate with others to create much better solutions. You can bring your unique perspective to the table and contribute to finding creative solutions that consider the needs of all involved. Additionally, by being future literate, you can help others to see the potential implications of their actions and encourage them to consider the long-term impact of their decisions. And number 6, and this is the ultimate, help make the world a better place. When you have a strong understanding of future literacy, you can think about the long-term implications of decisions. This helps you make informed decisions that consider not only your own needs, but the needs of others. Additionally, you can help educate others about the importance of thinking about the long future and making decisions that benefit all of us in the long run. When everyone makes decisions in the future and in future-minded, it can help create a much brighter future for all of us. So, what are 5 habits to improve your future literacy? These are the 5 habits that you should start working with if you're not already doing them today. Number 1, reading articles and books about the future or listening to podcasts like this one and many others. Reading articles and books and listening to podcasts about the future gives you a deeper understanding of the concepts involved. They will help you apply future literacy to your life. 2, and this is one of my favorites, watching documentaries about the future. Watching documentaries can help in improving your understanding of what life could be like. By seeing how experts think about the future and what they believe may happen, you gain a better perspective on the range of possible potential futures. 3, take some online courses. There's a lot of them that are emerging. There's a lot of YouTube videos about future literacy. These courses often provide a more in-depth look at the concept involved than what I can cover in a single episode of the podcast. Number 4, participating in discussion forums about the future. Discussion forums are a great way to connect with others interested in discussing the future. By sharing your thoughts and ideas, you can better understand different perspectives. Do not get locked into thinking your perspective is the correct one. Gather different perspectives. Number 5, researching specific topics related to the future. If there's a specific topic about the future that interests you, research. Dive deep. Write a blog post on it. Write a blog post and I'll publish it over on the Innovators Network. Research a topic that has got you interested. Go deep and then share that with others. This can be helpful when discussing those topics or even just applying it to your own work. Now, there's a lot of areas of influence. You can't cover them all. So what should you monitor? What should you start tracking today? What are those areas that I think are going to drive the biggest swing of change? And I think that there is a number of them. And that is topics covering a wide range. But what I do here, what I'm going to share with you in this list are things that I, for instance, put into Google Alerts and Feedly to help keep me on track with important updates and topics, companies, and industries that I want to know more about and that I want to follow. Automate your ability to stay informed. You can also use social media to follow experts in the field and take their. So I have 3 areas that I would recommend you start monitoring immediately, including the following. First one, accelerating pace of change. It is hard to overstate how fast the world is changing. We are seeing exponential growth in many areas, including population, technology, and information. This growth is causing unprecedented change and upheaval. What does that mean for the future? Number 2, increased global interconnectedness. The world is becoming more connected every day, not just by communications, but things like supply chain, healthcare, politics. This interconnectedness is causing new problems and new opportunities. With the rise of internet and social media and the ability to travel and the ability to find communities of people all around the world, we are seeing a global village emerge and global impact. And third, the rise of artificial intelligence. AI is poised to change the world in ways we cannot even imagine. It is already starting to transform industries and will soon impact our economy and our way of life. So, as I wrap this up, future literacy is important because it helps you to understand and make decisions about the future. It can be difficult to keep up with the rapidly changing world, but by monitoring key areas and staying informed, you can improve your chances of success. Look, the future is unpredictable, so it is essential to always be prepared for anything. Like the Boy Scouts say, always be prepared. With a solid future literacy foundation, you can face whatever comes your way head on. So on a score of 1 to 10, how would you rate your future literacy score? How tuned in are you on all of the things that impact the future? Social, economic, environmental, technological. I think all of us have certain areas that we're really strong in, and maybe some areas that we don't follow as closely. But as innovators, we got to make sure we don't focus our innovations just in one area. You and I have a unique skill set that can be applied to a wide range of major problems or areas of opportunities. We should stretch. We should improve our future literacy, broaden our view of all the things that could impact the future, and then think about that legacy. Think about the decisions we are making today. So, if you find yourself in a rut, in my case, I focus on technology a lot. It's my career where I came from. It's been 40 years of my career focusing on technological innovations. But we can bring our innovation effort to a wide range of areas, particularly in those areas that have the biggest influence of change, that's going to have the biggest influence of the future we leave for our children, our grandchildren, and our great-grandchildren. Let's not be passive. You and I can have an impact. Let's have that impact. And with that, let's wrap up this week's show. Thank you for the time. Hopefully you found the topic today interesting, maybe a little challenging as we think about what our legacy will be after we are gone. It may become a little morbid, but given I just had my birthday here 2 weeks ago, I am thinking a lot about what kind of world am I leaving for my children and my grandchildren and beyond. So hopefully you found this challenging and interesting. Hopefully this pushes you maybe to take some time and think about what areas or what decisions or where you want to engage or where you want to convey your opinion that could influence the future. And with that, if I hopefully got you to engage, then I've achieved the objective for today's show, and I greatly appreciate that. I also greatly appreciate the fact that you've taken the time to listen. Time is the most valuable asset. None of us have enough of it. You can't put it on the shelf. You can't stick it in the fridge. Once it's gone, it is gone. And we only have so much of it. And the fact that you've chosen to spend that time with me here today, I want to say thank you so very much. With that, have a great week. Work on your innovations. Don't let them get stale sitting in an idea notebook. Take them out, dust them off, do something, have an impact, and change the future world. Bye-bye.
Podcasting nonstop since 2005, this has been the Killer Innovation Show on the Innovators Network.
This show is distributed by the Innovators Network. For more information and other great shows and content, visit theinnovators.network.